After securing third place in the Academy Championship League, Leeds Rhinos are back at Emerald Headingley tonight as they face Widnes Vikings in the league. A bit of rain on the turf beforehand, but the sun is out nice and early as we look into the running for the championship season. And alongside me for commentary this afternoon, I've got, he's made 3 appearances, scored 1 try this season. He's been recently out with his injury, but I'm welcoming Jordan Russell.
Are you alright?
Very well. Looking at, we'll just quickly run you through the teams before they emerge. So for Widnes Vikings, at fullback is Joe Edge. On the wing is number 2, Niall Smith, and Oliver Brooks. The centres, Billy Glover and Liam Brinksman. The halfback pairings, Bradley Calland and Lewis Else. And moving into the forwards, Jordan Brown and Callum O'Neill are at prop, and Kieran O'Donnell is the hooker. The back row, Jordan Wild, Connor Burgess and Ben Davis. And on the bench for the Vikings this evening is Connor Davis-Aspey, Declan Baker, Paul Cragg and Alfie Cassidy. For the Rhinos, the lineup as follows. Ewan Stevens is again at fullback after starting there against Huddersfield. On the wings, Liam Tyndall and Liam Whittam returns after illness last week. Ben Markland and TJ Barton both retain their places in this lineup. In the halves, one change, Jack Mallinson coming in, and Harvey Spence is in as usual. And into the forward pack, Sam Morehouse and Tyler Dupree are the props, with Corey Johnson at hooker. Jared O'Connor moves into second row with Brad Martin. Louis McConnell is the loose forward. On the bench for Leeds, Ollie Burton, Lewis Delaney, Liam Hamill and Rian Rowley. As the teams emerge out to the field, Jordan, just tell me your views of what you think of the Rhinos team that's been named against Widnes.
It's a very strong team tonight. As you can see, they've got starting with a big pack today, with obviously Sam and Tyler starting both props. So yeah, I think be a really strong game today. Say it forwards pack, even on wings as well. Liam Whittam stepping there on wing, got a bit of pace there, a bit of injection of experience as well.
Well, it was a convincing result when Leeds went over to the Holton Stadium, 38-10. This will be the first time for, notably, Jared O'Connor out on the field, who hasn't played his former club before. How tense is it going to be for him in this occasion?
Yeah, I think obviously there's going to be a lot of rivalries with him and the other players, because obviously he used to play with them. So I think it will be a bit tense to try and put a good performance in, but I think he plays well all the time, so I can't see any reason why he can't continue really.
Oh, he has made very big inroads in this Rhino side. Was speaking to me through the week, saying how much he was looking forward to this game, and as you would be. It's a decent crowd as Widnes get the ball underway. It's Joe Edge and Ewan Stevens with the early juggle, but does retain it, takes back into the Widnes line. Early shocks there, Jordan.
I know, yeah, I thought we were going to knock it on then.
He was lucky there. Dupree for his first carry, as we know, runs really hard in the forward pack, does Tyler. It's a characteristic we've come very aware of with him.
Yeah, I know, it's a tough person to get down. I actually broke my thumb trying to tackle him in training, so I can tell you now he's a good tough person to tackle though.
So is that man Louis McConnell, who's gone down at the moment. O'Connor for his first carry in at the line, wearing number 18. As you can see over on that left-hand side with TJ Barton and Liam Tyndall as well. Sam Morehouse taking that big carry in for his first start last week against Huddersfield to get back to back must be very positive for him. It must really bounce him.
Yeah, it must be. He's been really working hard, to be honest, coming off the bench, and I think he deserves it. He works hard in defence, just getting up on that line every time.
And it's a high bomb, well taken though by Joe Edge. And the Vikings will have their first attack of this opening set. It's Niall Smith.
Met there by Leeds then.
And that'll be something that they'll have to do to stamp their authority in nice and early.
Need to keep this up. 2 good tackles so far. Need to keep this up. Good line speed there. Look at that.
The shift the ball wide there. That's out to Connor Burgess on this near side, closest to our commentary position. O'Connor and Martin are in there, and now it's Ben Davis who fancies himself a drive at the line. A good tackle in the end. That's Louis McConnell on the edge of that. Moving back to the loose forward position with this one, Louis. Ewan Stevens with the easy catch there Brings the ball back into the line, spots a bit of space.
Good bit of half break there.
And Leeds with another attacking set. Liam Whitten, his first carrier, was out with illness last week against the Giants. He's back in the side this week, doing a bunch of confidence. And that man, Brad Martin, scored his third try of the season.
Yeah, he's been on a really up streak, I think. He put in some really good performances recently.
He's been impressing the coaches, to say the least. As Leeds go short this time again, it's Corey Johnson breaking down this near side, and that's a ball that should batted down there by Liam Whitten. And positive signs early on though, Jordan.
Yeah, very positive signs. Yeah, obviously breaking through on that short side, I think that'll be a really good option to take most times. Yeah, a bit unlucky there. Liam Whitten needs to get his hands up a bit, I'd say. Be more aware at pass.
Well, he catches that ball and he's streaking away and he's in the corner. Yeah. Top try scorer this season for the Rhinos under 19s. As it'll be Joshua Wild with the first carry in here for the Vikings. Haven't got out their own half yet of the visitors, who currently sit 8th or 9th, I believe, in the table.
Yeah, even though they're that low, they're still a tough team to go and play against. They always give it their all, so especially against Leeds, everyone wants to beat Leeds, so yeah.
Be quite a dominant performance. They'll look to get themselves on the board nice early, and that's a good drive at the line there by Connor Burgess, getting them inside Leeds' 40. The ball gets shifted again, this time out to Wild. Lewis Else with the wayward pass. Nearly set him through there as Else gets the ball again, just chips it high looking for Tyndall or Stevens, and in the end Liam Tyndall does a great job to catch that ball under pressure.
Great take there. No communication there should have been more, but yeah, good reactions there to get under it and get a good catch.
Well, he looked at you and Stevens there as if to go, it is yours, mate, this is yours.
They've got a penalty out of it anyway for a high tackle, I think, so good result in end.
Positive result that, for those that have watched the Rhinos on the live streams throughout the season, will know is a very key part of their game is winning those penalties and breaking out. We'll say again, we do apologise that today's game hasn't been live streamed. Do note that next week against St Helens will not be streamed as well. As Martin, another big drive at the line. We know, as Jordan's alluded to, something that we'll see throughout this game will be those drives at the line from Brad Martin, as Markland comes to this near side. It's a good tackle from Niall Smith, forcing the centre down. Dupree out there wearing 20, and that's another good carry. Carrying Callum O'Neill with him. Johnson onto Morehouse, sends it out the back to Mallington, who uses a little bit of footwork at the line. Thought about giving it off to O'Connor, but in the end just straightened up, took it in at the line.
Yeah, good decision, and no point forcing out on early plays.
None at all, as Spence kicks for the corner, putting Smith under pressure is Liam Whitten, who bats the ball away, and Widnes still keep hold of the ball, and they've done a good job to make sure that hasn't gone in goal.
Yeah, we're very lucky then. Liam Whitten were all over that ball, then they're very lucky not to have. Actually.
And now, but Leeds, as soon as we say that commentator's curse, Leeds come up with a brilliant play, making sure that they're pushing it back, but the referee's claimed he called held before he's gone over the line.
Yeah, should have been really a drop out, but
we won't go against the referee's calls.
Good tackle.
It's still a good place defensively.
Oh yeah, definitely. Good to keep them down here.
The Rhinos to hold Widnes at the moment. As the hooker goes out, dummy half, gives it on to Else out the back to Edge. They're combining the spine quite easily, that, so Donald, excuse me for being the hooker. And the force again, that's Davis kicking away. It's a nice deep kick, sits up nicely there for Stevens, who's got plenty of time.
Yeah, we're a good kick. Just
and he spots the gap out wide, does Ewan Stevens, and tries to streak away. Good tackle in the end from Billy Glover and Niall Smith on this near side. Markland charges it in at the line. Good tackle in the end. Pittsburgh dumped on his back there by Joshua Wild. Johnson McConnell sends it on to Spence, who looks for Mallinson. He's got a bit of space in front of him to jump and dance around. Before again taking it into the line. Doesn't look for TJ Barton on the far side. Yeah,
they'll just want to ease into the game, obviously. There'll be a bit of nerves to start, but I say once we get on, the passes will definitely go out.
And Markland scored that great try from the scrum last week, opened the scoring. It's just too quick at the line there for the Giants on that occasion. Dupree charging in close to the line and he'll get within metres. He's going to stay upright as well, though. When you look at Tyler there, he's over the try line. But he's held up, says the referee. Good effort there from the prop.
I know, gained about 10 metres just after contact as well, just pushing his way forward. It's too strong.
One of the forwards that spent a bit of time as well out on loan, getting a lot of experience at James Ford's York City Knights. There's a bit of a mix-up in goal there, and Liam Whitten on his return has grounded the ball. We'll just wait for the call from the referee. He was just having a quick chat with his linesman.
Yeah, I just want to make sure there's no interference or anything.
But instead, gives the penalty
offside
in favour of Widnes offside, as you say, Jordan.
Yeah, it's a lucky call. It's hard to notice that. It's a good call from referee in end, but it's a good start from Leeds though. Always threatening the line and still got Widnes have plenty of ground to make, so to keep them down here it'll be a good set of players.
Plenty of positives to take out of these opening 10 minutes. That's Callum O'Neill playing that ball, and Jordan Brown, both props getting stuck in nice and early. Got a nice touch of the ball. Else, short pass to Wild, but Leeds once again force the error and come up with the penalty as well.
Yeah, it just seems Widnes are a bit nervous to start, just trying to throw a ball about, which it's a good tactic against our side because we defend quite close in, but I think they're trying to force it too much instead of just hold it ball.
Well, you've got to say as well, playing at Emerald Headingley Stadium isn't something of a of a calming place.
It's always an hard place to come and try and play well.
Well, we saw, didn't we, when the young Rhinos were here earlier, as Dupree gets the offload away, looking for Spence. There's a bit of space in behind. That's weak defensive from the Vikings. Up until Joe Edge, who does a brilliant job to hold up the standoff.
Yeah, good tackle there by that man there. Bit shaky at middle then, but he made up for it in end.
Put your money on Spence scoring there as Moas with the little drop off to Johnson, who juggles it. He was looking for McConnell, but Louis didn't want to take it there. Morehouse charging in at the line, now backing himself up, looking to try to get that ball down, but there's no opportunity.
We are getting over the line quite a lot with forward. We just need to get the ball down. So they're doing quite well at the minute, just holding us up. But
well, you'd think put one of the bigger guys like McConnell, who's just got the ball there, on a short pass and they're over. I should say one of the forwards actually, because I think Jared, if he hadn't been swarmed there by the Vikings, would probably have crossed.
Yeah, definitely would have done. Very good line.
Using his speed at the line, and that's Jack Mallinson, who's held up. Plenty of bodies under that one, I think.
Yeah,
maybe the right call there from the referee.
Yeah, the right call there. About 2 or 3 people under him, and so yeah, we're getting close to that line. Eventually they'll break. So.
You'd think they're going to look for the kick out for Whitten here, wouldn't you? The way that they dealt with the last one.
Yeah, definitely.
Spence. No, it's a little grubber looking for Brad Martin.
Oh, great try.
And he's racking up the tries at the moment, is Brad. Scoring his 4th try of the season. And the first try here at Emerald Headingley. It's Leeds Rhinos 4, Widnes Vikings 0.
Yeah, a great kick by Harvey then. Just dabbing it into the middle, obviously. Could have gone right over to the top to Liam Whitten, but played it smart, looked for space, and yeah, Brad's over for a nice try.
15 appearances this season for the prop, 11 of those starts. And he adds his 4th of this campaign. I'd say he hadn't scored his first try up until, I believe, Newcastle.
Yeah, I think it was.
If it was at Newcastle, it was Warrington.
I think he scored his first try for Yorkshire, and then after that he scored for Leeds, didn't he? I'm not sure, but
he did get one for Yorkshire in the Origin series. So we'll just wait for Spence with the conversion. Should be a nice easy.
Yeah,
slot for him, just turns as he does.
Yeah, easy.
And you believe those flags have been raised. Spence making it. Leeds Rhinos 6, Widnes 0. And Leeds really, we do have to emphasise how they do need to win this game. Looking at the table at the moment, only a point separates them from St Helens.
Yeah, it'd be a good game to get a win on, obviously. Table's looking really close up at top, so...
Because you think that St Helens are going to get the result against Newcastle on Sunday?
Yeah, definitely. It should be an easy game for them. So Newcastle aren't a bad team, but St Helens are a different class.
We saw a couple of their startlets the other night.
Yeah.
Playing for Justin Holbrook. There's Dupree. And shouting on his back, but you can put your money on that Tyler Dupree will stay on his feet.
Yeah, I know.
And if he isn't, he's going to find his front like he does there. He plays it for Johnson. On to Spence, who gives it to an on-rushing Sam Morehouse, who won't go down under any pressure. Well done from the Leeds number 8, O'Connor. Flat pass, looking for TJ Barton, and the penalty.
Just a bit forward then.
Giving the way of the Vikings.
Yeah,
it was a bit forward there.
Yeah, you could see it. So, not sure if it was a line being too late or pass being too late, but yeah. So the forwards are doing really well. They're both props, really hard to take down, and really commanding it so far. Sam and Tyler.
I think obviously the props will get a bit more ball, but I believe Jared and Brad are doing a good shift as well as.
Oh, we got it back.
Widnes tried to get the ball away briefly, but Markland picks up the loose ball for Leeds, and something really at this stage in the game you don't really need to be doing. Silly errors can kill you at this point.
It can, very
especially against the Leeds side that's been so dominant this season.
Yeah, it's not. I don't know what they're trying, to be honest. They said what I'd personally just try and get into the game first, just play after play, but. Yeah.
There's startlets like this man, Ewan Stevens, who's got space in front of him, and you'll put money on him scoring. But it's a brilliant effort from Joe Edge, fullback for fullback.
What a tackle!
What an effort!
A great run by Ewan Stevens and putting feet on everyone, but what a tackle by their fullback.
It looked like he'd been set to score. You could see the sticks in front of him in the space as Leeds shift it to the right. Mallinson onto Barton. Straightens up, back in at the line. Doesn't look for Tyndall out wide. Maybe we'll fancy his chances.
Yeah.
McConnell. Just gets Leeds under the posts. Think they're going to come to this left-hand side, and they do. Mallinson. Wide ball to Stevens, who has to take it to ground. On fifth tackle here. Johnson uses the slow play to dab it in behind, and Markland rips it.
Try.
And Markland does dot it down. The referee's looking at both his touch judges, and the try is given.
Very smart play, that.
Very smart. Yeah. Saw it was one-on-one. Stripped that ball.
Put it down, yeah. Well, great play by Markland there.
It was a neat little kick in behind as well, I believe, from Corey Johnson.
Yeah, I think it will come from Corey. Yeah, either Corey or Harvey, but with a good little dab into there. And then, just great play by Mark and getting it down. So he's played really well when he's been at centre this year. So probably could have played him there sooner, but
I'm surprised we haven't chosen to play him in that centre position, because he's had a lot of positivity. He's played a lot of wing since coming up through the scholarship programme from Dewsbury Moor.
Yeah, I think he played a lot of centre and full back for Dewsbury, didn't he? And then came to Leeds. I think he played primarily wing. But ever since he's been at centre lately, he's been scoring for days.
What did you know about him when you used to play for East Leeds, I believe?
Yeah, East Leeds. Yeah, he was a good player, so really fast. Yeah, so he could even just run around you, so it was just good feet and all. He was just a good player.
Spence whips that ball around and slices those posts in half. And you can believe that man's got his kicking boots on today, taking Leeds to a 12-0 lead with just over 20 minutes remaining in the half. And as you've already said, Jordan, it's a very dominant start for the Rhinos. Widnes not having any opportunities down at least. I believe they've only got within 40 metres.
Yeah, they're just throwing away a lot of the chances, to be honest. I think they're trying too hard to get into the game. So they just need to complete a few plays, a few sets, and then.
Don't need to panic. Not at this stage.
Yeah, but Leeds are playing it really well. Just being calm, taking it play by play, doing really well.
It's an interesting kick from Edge. You could see it cannonballing in the air. And it's a good save from Stevens, who did get a big hit there on impact. Surprised they didn't give the penalty for a tackle in the air.
Yeah, it did look like a tackle in the air, but good pass there by Lewis.
As the game takes it. Mallinson over on that far side.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he should have probably passed it then. He had 2-on-1, I think, on wing. So
he likes taking it into contact though, doesn't he, Jack?
Yeah,
I think
does.
To his credit, you'll have to give him that and give that to Jared O'Connor as well.
Yeah, good run there.
Just when Leeds needed a bit of momentum just to get them into the opposition's half, which allows Barton to bat off a few players and get within 40. Johnson with the delicate kick behind for Edge.
Oh, good little kick there.
Just gets it before it goes dead. But again, Leeds, as you say, are playing this game perfectly. Nice, measured kicks.
Just played it really smart. I said one of the main goals have really been like good high energy defence, and I think that's what they're really doing in this game. Getting the line up quick. Bad penalty there to give away, but other than that,
So it's not the sort of penalty at this rate you want to be giving, and of course Jared will be getting a bit of stick from some of the players out there. Who he does go to college with. He was telling me on Monday.
Yeah, it'll be a bit of
a bit of a rivalry there. Oh, that's a poor kick for touch. When you're a team, they're not out of it, but when you're a team on the back foot, it's not something that you're looking to.
It definitely doesn't help when you're doing stuff like that.
You want to get the basics right, and I think Rob Burrow, who's just sat to my right, will agree with that. As Widnes come forward again, this time through Bradley Calland, gives it short to the prop there, Callum O'Neill, the number 10. As Widnes move it over onto this near side, they've already made a change. That's Alfie Cassidy coming on, I believe. Wearing 18 as O'Donnell gets Widnes within a good attacking position here. Just where they need to be.
Yeah, it's first time on our try line.
A nice kick in behind, and Stevens again choosing to go to ground instead of running it across.
Yeah, it's
giving himself up.
Smart play there. There was no way we were going to get through them all, but good run there.
And instead Tyndall, we know how many meters he's made. He makes. It'll be interesting at the end of the season to see who comes out on top of that meters board, and I'd like to stake my money on it being Tyndall.
Yeah, he just comes in from that wing and makes a big impact. So that's what type of player you want on your wing. Someone who can take it from there and come into the middle and do what? Put some good efforts in. Good run there by Jared.
I bet he's a great player to play outside of as well. I say that for all our wingers. I bet they're great players to play outside of for yourself, who's centre/second row.
Yeah, it's always good to have a player like that. Obviously, say if you're a bit tired, they could come in for you whenever, defend for you. Just good versatile players, very strong, very fast.
Sam Morehouse takes a big impact there.
He's an hard player. We're looking for that offload.
He'll take the hits, and he will look for that offload. And nice and easily in front of the Headingley crowd that's building in front of me and around us.
Good play.
It's a good turnout today, as that ball just goes to ground and it's picked up by the Vikings.
Batted out of his arms, and unlucky there for Louis.
And they then win the penalty for offside, which you could have seen coming really with the
with how fast they're getting
just losing the ball in that position there. So Els kicks.
That's a better kick.
Touch, and it goes straight into the south stand concourse.
It's a better kick than last time.
That's a better. Well, we saw we got them where it got them. As Burgess, Connor Burgess, wearing number 12 for the Vikings. 40 metres from Leeds' line here. Drops a ball back inside, and that's a good ball there for Jordan Brown.
Good tackle there by Ewan there.
can count on him to make those. Both him and Liam Whitnam made crucial tackles this season. Else, over on that far side, looks to put on the dancing feet like Mallinson did before.
Widnes have got our tails up now, it seems, getting into the game.
As that's Callum O'Neill looking to wriggle his way over just to the left of the posts. Else grubbers it at the line, bounces off a couple of legs. Sam Morehouse drops on that one.
Good there by Sam, getting onto
dedicated to the play, because there's been a couple of times where Sam's not, he hasn't got down.
No, I think
and hasn't dropped on that ball. And
I think sometimes he's just a bit tired, so his mind's one place and on another. But
we just see him rotated off.
Oh, Ryan's on now.
Far side, Ryan Rowley.
They're looking to make a big impact here, I'd say. Good run there.
He's made 9 starts this season, and it's got to be a penalty for Leeds. That one, interference with the play of the ball, and the referee does give that one.
Yeah, a great run then. Great run. Bumped him off, got fast play at ball, and then penalty for plus as well.
So Leeds just outside of Widnes' 40-metre zone here with Mallinson, who does like to run the. We'll keep on saying it. He likes to run the ball.
He does like to run the ball, definitely.
Whereas maybe more experienced halfback in Spence is looking for the prop instead. As if Spence again inside to Stevens, and that's a training ground move. That looks so silky.
Yeah,
just what you can expect from a side that have their tails up on a third in the Under-19s Championship.
Yeah, we're a great try then. Yeah, just played it out like we were going to go out to the left and just stepped in, give it to Ewan on that quick ball, and then easy try. Loads of space there.
Well, how many players said in pre-season when I asked you what you thought of the first year players? How many of you said it was Ewan Stevens absolutely doing us for pace?
Yeah, he's
absolutely electric. Whether you put him out on the wing or at fullback.
He's just quick off at marking. He's got really good acceleration. Just gets to his speed quickly. He's an hard player to get on to try and tackle. And he's got good feet as well, which makes it even worse for you to try and tackle him.
And there's no stopping him from that distance.
No, definitely not.
To score his 15th try of the season, levelling with Liam Whitton as Spence once again.
Ooh.
They weren't too sure they were the touch judges, whether that was over or not. But
must have been a close one, but unlucky there.
With that try, Ewan Stevens levels his try scoring record of the season with Liam Whitton. Been in a battle all season, these two.
Yeah, a bit of a little rivalry going, I think, between them two. It's a good rivalry to try and score tries, so.
The two players that will consistently keep on scoring. Ewan Stevens got plenty of years ahead of him to say he's a first year. You've got to be impressed with how well he's progressed since debuting against London.
Yeah, definitely. He's always made an impact from day one.
His confidence is riding high as well as he takes that ball in there for the Vikings, into the Vikings, sorry. Now it's with Martin, the other try scorer.
Good run there by Brad.
Hits the line, spins off and carries on, does Brad Martin. Spence drops the ball back inside to Dupree. Looks to run over Connor Burgess, and does a good job of it as well. Now Martin's going to have a go spotting the gap in behind the ruck. Widnes, you can see just off the pace at the moment. McConnell onto Rowley, who just rolls into the tackle, bends away. Spence with the high bomb. It's got to be the first time that I think Leeds have had to kick high.
Yeah, I think it
is. Since early in the game, and Edge does a good job.
Great tackle as well. Keeping him in 20.
It'll be a real test of defence here. And Spence straight up on Niall Smith.
Good effort there.
No opportunity there for the winger to even try get a run in. And now Billy Glover will try gain a few more metres. But Leeds once again are up to the challenge. It's Josh Wilde.
A good run then by them. Getting him out at 20.
So I don't think they'll get anywhere near halfway here. As Burgess Takes a few more metres, and it's fifth tackle, as we say, and 30 metres away from the line. The Edge just slices the ball around the middle to find Ewan Stevens. Liam Tyndall looks like he wants it on that far side, but Carl Stevens putting on the afterburners.
He always seems to beat first man every time, so he's just too quick.
Likes to get his hands on the ball as Tyndall moves laterally, just gets himself up front. There's a bit of space now for him to drive into. Weak tackling from the Vikings, allowing the Leeds winger to just push on through. Markland, surprised he didn't try to get round the outside, but so bounces off just a couple to get back inside. Spence just slowing the play down here, Leeds, as they do so well. Rolling, nice great hands to Mallinson, skips at the line. Good tackle in the end as Brown, Else and Brinksman in there for the Vikings, as Martin on a flat ball.
Almost
You just thought he might have got over from that distance. A little grubber kicking behind there from Johnson, and it's grounded by Markland, but you'd expect him to be offside here. He looked to be anyway.
Yeah, he got the first kick off and then he kicked it again, didn't he? Yeah, I think it's offside. Yeah.
So the referee ruling here. And it was.
Yeah, we were good.
Offside.
Yeah, we were a good player. He got his first kick off and he were onside, but then they deflected it, didn't they? And he kicked it again. Just ended up offside at the end.
As Widnes with the concurrent penalty. Starting their set 30 metres out, and it's Burgess with a big drive in at the line. Got his hands on the ball plenty of times in this opening half. Widnes have really reeled the changes already, as that's Callum O'Neill.
Yeah, they'll just be looking for someone to come on and try and change game for him, because so far it's just been looking like it's Lee's game.
It's not changed at all, as you say, John, from the first minute when Brad Martin scored. Early on, Ben Markland as well, and Ewan Stevens. 2 goals from Harvey Spence. Ensures Leeds take a 16-0 lead into this one with just over 10 minutes left at Emerald Headingley. Leeds really putting in a shift prior to the main Super League game against the Catalan Dragons. Later on, as that kick from Edge just allowed to go dead by Tyndall. And it's just slowing the game down. I wonder whether that's maybe where they'll look to push into now.
Yeah, I think
Widnes just slowing that game down, putting it into touch when they've not got any clear-cut opportunities, mate.
Yeah, they've been on the line quite a lot as well, so they'll be a bit tired. So they'll be looking to try and slow down game a bit, but I think Leeds will just try and ramp it up again, keep them on back foot.
We know with the pace of, we've already mentioned the pace of some of these players, that they will break out, as Lewis Delaney. That's Ben Markland, sorry. Lewis Delaney is still on the bench waiting his turn on the field. Markland just gives it on to Whitton. Spence now. Inside to Martin.
Oh, good little
just caught high on a shoulder.
Yeah, it looked a bit high.
Onto there. Now Dupree, who's done a really good shift, half an hour. At this rate, gets the ball away as well. It's Mallinson who ends up on the ground on the third play, and Johnson kicking early in behind, spots that they haven't moved back. Possible 40-20 there.
Yeah,
I'm not too sure.
Looks like they've made a change. I think Tyler's gone off for Lewis Delaney's on at second row, and Jared's gone at 13, I think. Yeah,
it's
a good change.
A nice change.
Yeah,
Lewis Delaney, another one that's picking up a lot of recent form, like yourself, has been out a while.
Yeah,
this season only came back against Wakefield back at the end of June.
Yeah, and he scored, didn't he, on his game back. Yeah, he's played really well. He's consistent performer, I'd say. Always had a nice, good game defensively.
And like yourself, has been very positive whilst he's been out with his injury.
Oh yeah, definitely. He hasn't just stopped training or give up a role. Yeah, he's definitely been trying his hardest to get back.
A credit, as I think you'll say, as Widnes win the penalty there. As you'll say, a credit to the physios and the S&C staff that are here at the Rhinos.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, they're great here. Yeah. If I were to tell anyone to go to a team, I'd definitely say Leeds. So just great team really. S&C really work hard with you, and the physio looks after you. So yeah, definitely a great outfit.
There's Burgess in for the first play on this one as Widnes search for their first points of the match. An offload there finds its way into the hands of Cragg, who's come on the field, gives it off then to O'Neill. It's wrapped up eventually there by Jared O'Connor, who you say has moved out into loose forward, that more familiar role. Louis McConnell going in at prop. Very much looking like the team that I think started against Huddersfield at the moment as edge.
Yeah. Oh,
gives it out wide, and it's a good play there for Brinkman. Looks to have gone forward. As I said there.
Yeah.
That's hence why Widnes gave the play up.
Yeah, a bit forward there, but dropped it anyway, didn't he? So
Leeds pick up anyway. Tyndall with the first drive for Leeds here. Lewis Delaney.
Oh, good drive there.
A really good drive, and the legs were maybe above the horizontal, hence the shout for.
Yeah, just a bit there, but
to the ref. That's a great offload from O'Connor, and Johnson just has to give it up eventually, and McConnell just drops that ball. So this should go the way of the Vikings.
Yeah, we're unlucky there. He got his hands all over the ball as well. Yeah.
And he gives it the way of the Rhinos.
Oh, did he? Oh. Yeah, he was ripped it out, didn't he?
It was a strip, I think, there.
Yeah, I think he ripped it, didn't he? Had his hands all over it. And yeah, good play then.
Obviously not one-on-one as well, otherwise
yeah.
We'd have obviously been playing on. So 6 minutes left to go. Leeds with the scrum in the middle of the field. 40 metres out as Markland. He'll put on the afterburners and he'll streak away. We've seen him score plenty of times from this sort of position. Just eyeing up the defences in front of him and then loses the ball. And on such a promising play.
Yeah,
it's not the time to drop the ball.
No. I think he just tried to white line fever there and just thought we needed to try, but in my opinion I think he should have just held it, but he was a great player. Instead just come down the short side, put his feet on and then through 30 metres.
I'm surprised he didn't try to go around the outside. Like you said, you expect him to come back in on the inside earlier on, and instead burns the team for pace on the edge. But instead took it right into the middle of the field. Just lost that one as Glover over on that north stand side of Emerald Headingley.
Good offload there by Widnes.
It's a really good offload into the arms of Cassidy. Plays the ball controversially there. Wasn't a convincing play of the ball. The Widnes in turn get the offload away. This time O'Neill again.
He's had a
little bit of a break on him. Him and Connor Burgess, who's currently off the field, have put in a real shift to try and get the Vikings back in this game. And that looked forward onto Glover.
Definitely forward, yeah.
As the referee waves this one up.
Yeah,
it's going to be a lead scrum again. Pretty much the same position as the last one.
Yeah, pretty much. Won't be surprised if we go blind again, to be honest. But yeah, it just seems Widnes so far been relying on two players to take runs in, which ain't the best strategy I rely on. But
with 4.5 minutes left in this game, in this half, sorry, as Delaney carries it in for the first. Not involved in that scrum, hence why straight in there for the first. TJ Barton. Bit of space in front of him there, they're hanging off him. Widnes, I know he's quite an elusive player, Tom, but should be trying to put him down there. Mallinson, seeing the slow line speed, raises up himself. Johnson with a little skip, gives it on to Spence, looks over the top
great ball
to Markland, who again puts those afterburners on and gives it out wide to Whitten, who fights and just loses that ball over the line.
Oh, I thought he got that down there, to be honest. Bit controversial there, I'd say.
Just lost it behind him, didn't he? You could see. I was with you. I thought he's in a great position. Great offload from Markland to try ground that ball. Just lost it in the end.
Great tackle at the end, yeah. Good effort from their winger. Instead of just giving up, he just getting in that play and stopping the try.
And that's the thing that's holding Widnes in this game, I think, is the willingness for those last-ditch plays. Otherwise, you know, you and Stevens will have got one earlier.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They're always in our team to keep out. They're always working hard. They're never giving up. It's just one of them teams you have to actively work all game. If you have one little slip up, then they'll get straight
come back
in
and they'll punish you. As this is Declan Baker off the bench. As they get the ball away, and O'Neill again.
Good tackle there by Ben.
Good hit, that's Ben Markland looking to make up for his couple of early mistakes. As the ball comes wide, Brinksman bounces off the hand of Witten, so this is going to be again a Widnes play of the ball. Markland in offside position as well as.
Yeah. They're a bit exposed then on that wing. I said Ben rushed out and we were 2-1 there. Good that Liam got his hands on the ball, or else it could have been a try.
He's never going to get that. Well, if he's trying to do that, he needs to get the ball first, doesn't he? He can't really be.
No.
Getting his hand to it like we saw there, as we said, Ben Markland has been away.
Yeah.
He would have been away. As Els gets on to Edge. And as we said, that spine can really combine here for Widnes, and they are going down that far side with Brinksman. Beats Mallinson and gets the ball out. But again, 16 points down, and they're making silly errors like that.
Yeah, they're just rushing it, just trying to get back in the game as quick as they can.
They're looking at the clock, looking at the minute and 45 that are left. And it's just not on for them.
Nah, there were plenty of time now. You were on 10. Should have just took it to the floor and played on from there. They were on back for it anyway with Leeds, so. And then they're just trying too hard to get back in the game now.
Give it though that we, from our commentary position here in the press area, in the south stand, you don't really know how close it was to the touchline. That's the other thing.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
There's a possibility of him getting pushed into touch.
Yeah.
Loads of the guys speaking this week about how they were really looking forward to running out in front of the Rhinos fans again after the reception that we had last time. For those that joined us for the Wigan Warriors game here, that memorable try from Jack Broadbent.
Good.
Shouldn't quite need one again with this one as Martin juggles it. The referee judges that as a knock on.
I'm not sure about that.
A little bit questionable.
Yeah. I don't think
there was definitely a juggle. We'll say that there was definitely a juggle.
I don't think it was.
Widnes now just showing the intensity to pack the scrum down. The referee will stop the clock with
35 seconds left.
I'd say about 40 because the clock's still going to go here, so I'd say about 45 seconds left.
Yeah, they could get us out here. They just have to play it smart.
A try would really do them some good coming back into it, but again, that forced play, kick over the top, and Ewan Stevens is straight on it and will look at the space that he'll have in front of him to bring the ball back.
I don't know what they're thinking, to be honest.
Unless the referee's told them how long he's been on the watch there. As we get to half time here at Emerald Headingley Stadium, and 3 tries for the Rhinos in the first half led back to a 16-0 lead. Brad Martin running onto a great flat ball to score early on for Ben Markland, doubled the lead to make it 12-0. Ewan Stevens, off the back of a great set play, added the third try, with Spence just missing that conversion. So at half time, Leeds Rhinos 16, Widnes Vikings 0.
Widnes' right side are a bit weaker.
Definitely exploiting that as Harvey Spence gets us underway, kicking towards the extension stand.
Good one there. It's fast player.
Widnes take the ball in nice and early. Callum O'Neill, the standout player, standout prop for them.
Yeah, I don't think he's been off yet, has he?
He has not.
It's a good stint so far.
Could do the whole 80.
There's the pass.
There's the first error from the Vikings, and it as a team that need to be looking to cut out the errors.
Yeah,
something that we don't want.
It's not really looking good for them so far.
So Leeds with the scrum, 30 metres from the try line, and the crowd beginning to stack up here. It's really nice below us, isn't it? Look at the amount of fans watching this one, supporting their future Rhinos.
It's a good turnout. Good to know that people actually care.
Misplayed pass there, caught by TJ Barton in the end. Well, a couple of these on the brink. Corey Johnson out there at the moment. He's one of those players that does have a professional contract with the club.
Yeah, it's well deserved as well.
Signed a 5-year at the start of last season, I believe.
Yeah, I think it was.
Tyler Dupree, another, as Johnson there gives it on to Mallinson. Runs it straight in at the line. That's O'Connor. Moves the ball left. It's touched on by Spencer Stevens with a bit of pace at the line. That's beautiful. Beautiful from Ewan Stevens, who opens the second half scoring.
Yeah.
For his second try, and now will take the top try scorer spot with 16 for the season.
Yeah, he did really well then, didn't he? I think he even slipped when he caught the ball. He gets back on his feet and scores a try.
So he's we've said it already, he's absolutely electric as Ewan Stevens at the line. It just didn't even need the minimal opportunity.
No, just give him a little gap and I'll go through what he seems. He's just too quick and too strong. Yeah,
and he's punished so many teams this season doing that.
When Ivy threw that ball, I thought, take a tackle here, but grabs the ball and takes it through.
I agree. I thought they were going to bring it back for the
great
for a knock on or forward pass. So rain still is persisting. Just
like drizzling it. Yeah, it's a little rain that you're feeling.
As that conversion misses. Spence with only 2 conversions out of 4 today. Taking Leeds to 20 points to 0, and you wouldn't say game over, but you can't really see the Vikings, the way that they've tried to get back in the game already, even getting close.
Nah, it's been a really dominating performance by Leeds, but Widnes don't really help themselves in the sense of what players are doing. They're throwing it too much, throwing it around too much and forcing it, so they just need to calm it down a bit and take it set by set.
Otherwise, we say this could get a little bit embarrassing.
Yeah, no one likes an embarrassing game.
Well, not especially at the stage it is. I think you can understand nerves.
Yeah, you can understand nerves, but especially when you're on a stage like this, you want to perform to what you can do. And so you don't want to let nerves get a hold of you too much.
Stevens, the 2-time try scorer, full of energy, bouncing off a couple of Vikings defenders who one is down in back play. Looks like Oliver Brooks. That's Niall Smith. Oliver Brooks is over this side, I think he runs. That's Brad Martin. Carries on running the way he does. Steps out of the challenge of 3, and that's another player that's gone down. Paul Cragg attended to him back play, but Leeds persist. O'Connor. Widnes will have to be wary with the man out of defence. There'll be a gap somewhere.
Yeah, we'll definitely exploit it somehow. But at the minute, Widnes just look really deflated in defence.
It's a kick from Spence, and that's allowed to bounce on by Oliver Brooks. Picks it up back at the line. Lewis Delaney shapes up
great tackle,
with his fellow first year Tom Barton, and a great tackle.
Consistently does like this TJs. Really good at defence. He never misses a tackle, does he? I'd like to see how many for the season that he misses, because I don't think
he doesn't miss many. As Widnes once again to climb forward. It's that man O'Neill playing the ball as Else outside of the boot. He sends Stevens looking over his shoulder.
Smart player there to kick it early. Give him a bit of time to get a bit of a rest.
Forces Stevens back as well as far as is in goal, so Leeds got further to attack from in this one. Barton straight in. It's a good contact from Elson and Brinksman.
Really good. Starting to get into it a bit of Widnes, I think. Good run there by
starting to pick it up a bit more. Tyndall, another strong drive, gaining those metres like he does.
Good there.
Johnson switches the play, short side for Delaney. He's immediately swarmed. Not many options there was there really for him.
No, not many.
Play on.
They'll just play this out and get kicking, I think. No point trying to force it.
O'Connor and McConnell's lost the ball. The referee says knock on, but a questionable strip again in there.
Yeah, I'd say
Widnes.
Definitely someone's in there. I don't think he could have knocked that on just on his own.
So the scrum does go to Widnes in a good position, 40 metres from the try line.
Yeah, they'll definitely try and exploit this now. well, they need to definitely try and get some points on board to keep in game.
As the crowds continue to build here at Emerald Headingley, Joshua Wild, the first drive of this new set, just edging Widnes over the 40. Now it's with Jordan Brown, shy of the 30. Working their way forward now, the Vikings. Else. Flat pass out to Brinksman, who's well brought down there by Liam Tyndall and TJ Barton. Great job.
Yeah, good little combination now, TJ and Tyndall.
You can feel the atmosphere building as well.
Yeah, you can. You can really hear everyone sort of like chattering on that, watching game. Yeah,
we'll just win another penalty this time.
Yeah, we're kind of a lucky penalty. I don't think it was ripped out personally, but yeah.
Well, the odd saying is penalty try, but we won't be as there's big contact.
Oh, he's lost that. Yeah.
Louis McConnell, and you don't expect him to lose that.
Yeah, it looked like he nearly lost that then, but
as Else onto edge, uses a bit of footwork, but
great
eventually has to surrender to Tom Barton. That's Calland. Dodgy pass for Jordan Brown, who just trundles his way and picks up a couple of metres to get Widnes to within 5 metres out here. Calland onto edge. Bit of footwork again, using the edge quite nicely. It's Billy Glover gets it offload away, and they carry on to the Vikings. This time Alfie Cassidy onto the field wearing 17. Else drops a pass off and just bounced off that Widnes player and reclaimed by Ewan Stevens. There's a dodgy tackle in there.
Yeah, definitely looked a bit dodgy there.
It's Tyndall now.
Yeah, great run again.
Again, making those metres when required. As Johnson goes short to Barton. They're using their edges nicely, Leeds. Just keeping hold of the forwards and giving them a bit of a rest when they need it. Spence picks that up on the fly. And Martin gets the offload away to Stevens. There'll be a bit of space out wide here for Liam Whitten, who fancy himself down the edge. Only for the referee to bring the ball back for a forward pass.
It was a close one, but yeah, you could see he went a bit forward there. A bit of pressure on Ben Markland there, and he just threw it a bit forward. But
I'd like to have seen Liam Whitten get the open up the taps and try his luck.
Definitely, yeah. I think if he would have had a bit more, like if he would have got through, then it would have been a definite try. I mean, sorry.
So Widnes with the scrum, and it's definitely levelled the play out to say that, and that's looks forward again to Brinksman. Some questionable passes being thrown by the Vikings in this game.
Definitely, yeah. There's been quite a few.
As now it's Else gives it on to Josh Wild. Just working their way towards the sticks here, Widnes, looking for their first points of the match. O'Neill just hesitates before then hitting the line.
Yeah, they're definitely looking a bit more dangerous now since they've got into the game. First 10 minutes, they took it. Really getting back into it now.
As they spin the ball wide, it's Brinksman looking to beat Barton, and that's a brilliant tackle. Tom Barton.
It's just ridiculous.
Some of the tackles he's pulling off are brilliant, as Wild just tries to get within short distance, meters away here are the Vikings. Else. Crossfield kick, looking for Smith.
It's a good kick.
Looks to compete with Whitten, and it's a great take for him. The returning winger. Well done from Liam Whitten.
Yeah, a great catch then.
Diffusing the pressure. Well, the Leeds, I'd say, back under the cosh. Down on that near side. Rowley, big impact in the middle.
Yeah, we'll just need us forwards to get us out of this now. It's a good couple of runs down middle.
Like that from Jared O'Connor.
Definitely, yeah, good run there by Jared.
One of the things that he said to me was, coming into the club, he realised how big the forwards were. As that kick from Spence is just not picked up at all.
It's a great kick
by Edge, and Markland's the first there. Should really finish that one. But back to Jared O'Connor, he said this week that he noticed the forward pack was very, very heavy. There was a lot of big bodies in there, and decided that the way that he was going to stand out was his speed and his agility at the line. Is that something that coming in that you've definitely seen from him?
Yeah, definitely. You can tell he's a big hitter, but you can tell from the way he defends that he's really quick up on line. He's always the first one leading at A, and yeah, he's quite quick as well.
Likes leading the boys around the field and lifting the spirits when required. Scored 3 tries this season. There's another error by Widnes.
Good pressure there by Lewis.
And that'll be another.
Just as they were about to get back into it as well.
Just as they were. Yeah, I agree. When they looked like they were putting something together. I know they weren't sort of threatening the Leeds line, but something all together.
Yeah,
instead though, it's a simple transition back towards the Rhinos. We'll have their scrum 15 metres from the try line, and you'd expect more points here, wouldn't you?
Jordan? Definitely from this position. Yeah, I could see a try coming.
Stevens, short side play here from the Rhinos. Quite fancy himself in for the hat trick. Ewan Stevens, and he does get away, and that's brilliant strength from Ewan Stevens, who's putting on a masterclass here at Emerald Headingley. Brilliant from the fullback to get his hat trick try.
Ridiculous. There's 3 men all over him, and he still goes out for a try. Widnes should have definitely done a bit better there. It was 4 and 2 players, and yeah, you just can't knock Ewan Stevens though. Runs hard, and just gets over.
Definitely a name to watch out for the future, Ewan Stevens. He's got a bright one ahead of him, the way he's playing in this academy setup. Speaking of bright futures, John, what do you think of the new signings that are coming up for next season? Have you seen? Seen the thoughts of the under-16s?
Yeah,
we'll join the new, obviously turning into under-18s and reserves for next season.
Yeah, I've seen a few. Yeah, I saw all the a few clips today. Yeah, they're like a good team. Yeah, they seem to run hard. They seem really good. Yeah,
seem like good additions.
Yeah, good additions. I think they really add to the team. I think there's a lot of forwards coming up, and I think they'll really add to it. Obviously, it's always good to have a good pack. So yeah,
that's what we build our. Yeah, that's our attack off, isn't it? Really.
Yeah, we always.
That kick from Spence goes through. The flags are raised this time.
Liam Amell's on, I think now. Where is it?
Taking the score to 26-0 and Leeds. If we ever doubted they were out of control, they're leading this game by example, putting on a masterclass.
I think
for the fans that are just in front of us and the ones that are also over in the North Stand and extension terraces as well.
Liam Amell's now on a prop, I think.
He played really well, didn't he, against Bradford when he was moved into the forwards. It might be a new career path for him.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah, I think he does make a good impact. He's had a bit of a weird season. He played wing last week, didn't he? And now he's back to forwards, but yeah. So he just comes on and makes a good effort wherever he is, so yeah.
It gives people like Jared O'Connor, who's just taking that ball in there, a little bit of a break.
It does, yeah. And especially with his speed as well, as an hard person to put down, and he's strong as well, so.
He's worked really hard to make sure that he's making himself available. And as you say, a bit of wing, bit of centre. He's been everywhere this season as Liam Hamill. As he makes that break, and that ball
definitely ripped
stripped
out there.
Yeah. Back to one, waves the referee. Johnson gives it on to Mallinson, who spots the space in behind. Dragged down there by Josh Wild round the neck of the shirt.
Liam Hamill's back on ball again.
Just instead of holding that one, takes it straight to ground. No fretting there from the substituters. Leeds come short, and Tyndall just can't take that pass from Corey Johnson.
Yeah, I think Corey wanted him to come back on the inside, but I think they want communication there. But
I don't really know if the pass was really on there from Corey.
I think Corey were coming over, so he wanted Liam to come back on the inside, but I think they want no communication there, so obviously still there, a good idea, but just need a bit more talk there.
So Widnes with the scrum just shy of the try line, and that's Alfie Cassidy taking that ball in.
Good tackle there by Liam Hamill again. He doesn't shy away from it, to be honest. To say that he's come from wing into middle, he doesn't shy away from anything.
I think that's how he got to perform in a development team. I think Rob mentions that a lot, in that It's giving you guys the best possible opportunities, and surely we'll see more from yourself next season after picking up that collarbone injury, I believe.
Yeah, collarbone and thumb injury actually as well, yeah.
We're hoping to see you back in action next season, as it's Billy Glover that's gone away. Ooh. Gives that ball back on the inside, and Widnes in for their first try of the evening.
Yeah, we're a good player there. Caught him outside, didn't they? Great pace there to finish it as well. Tyler nearly got a caught up to him, but yeah. Unlucky there by Leeds. Yeah, really good line speed, this thing. Oh, yeah.
It's Brad Calland scoring that one. There's a bit of complacency, you could say, over on that far side.
I think that's what it was.
Didn't really read the play. Just because it's not really like Ben Markland or Lynn Whitten.
Nah,
we'll even include Brad Martin to shy away from a challenge like that.
Yeah, I think a bit unlucky as well. I think the first, I didn't really think he expected it, but I think they want to make up for it in these next few players, put a few hits on, hopefully. Yeah, I think Widnes will definitely have the tails up now after that.
It's Joe Edge. Tries for the conversion, but unlucky on this occasion. So the score remains Leeds Rhinos under 19s 26, Widnes 4, with just over 20 minutes left of the game. With Leeds coasting, you'd hope to a comfortable win. Take a shock.
Yeah, you'd think so.
For this to turn around.
Yeah, all can happen, can't it, to be honest, in rugby.
And they've set the standard as well, the Rhinos, going into the weekend after confirming, as I say, third place for the playoffs. They could rise higher should St Helens get a shock against Newcastle, but more than likely that'll be next week's highlighted fixture, you'd have to say.
It'd be very unlikely for them to lose that game, but it'd be great if they did.
Wigan as well, at the top of the table at the moment with a game in hand as well against the Vikings. They play Castleford on Saturday. So it's all very tight at the top. 3 points separating the top three. It's all to play for the end of the season, as that kick just rolls the wrong way. It's not a bad one though to sit up in goal for Ewan Stevens.
Yeah, a great kick there. Yeah, but Ewan breaks out of it again.
And that challenge, and that Widnes player has gone down to the greater challenge there of Ewan Stevens. That's Brad Martin taking that one in comfortably for the Rhinos, who don't have any don't look to be letting up to them at all.
Yeah, they don't know. They're still going on, still trying to make all the meters.
You can't not make an 80-minute performance. That's a great one from Tyler Dupree.
Just runs through.
Really does deserve the applause he's getting from the crowd with that one. Brilliant run at the line. Johnson as well.
Sam Maros is back on pitch as well.
Both those players on first team contracts with the Rhinos. A little chip and chase from Spence into the in goal. Just allowed to sit up there for Niall Smith, who gets pushed into the advertising hoardings.
I don't know why I didn't catch that on full then, because it would have been top 20, but a bit stupid there by Widnes.
He just didn't quite fancy himself from the pressure that the likes of Markland and Whitson were putting on the winger there. As they win the drop out to the Rhinos, it's a big one, and Sam Morehouse takes it on the full and charges it back up the field. He's a real workhorse, this Sam Morehouse. He'll definitely do the next 20 minutes.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
He definitely will.
Yeah.
He'll work as hard as he can for the team, even if that does mean catching the ball on the full. It's Hamill. Bit of pace in the legs, as we've said already. Very much a same Jared O'Connor-like-esque character. Ollie Burton as well, out in the field. Leeds really reeling the changes.
Yeah.
Good to see Ollie.
A few players had a long stints in this, so they want a bit of a rest, but I think Ollie is a good replacement. He makes good passes from Ucker.
There's Morehouse now, just shy again of the line, just turns, and he has grounded the ball, Sam Morehouse. Brilliant from the substitute prop, who scores his second try in his second start of the season. And that's just the sort of thing that really will punish Widnes coming into the last 15 minutes or so of the game. Brilliant from the forward.
Oh, well, definitely showed great strength there. Really pushed him over. I didn't really expect it, to be honest, but when he came over with a try, I thought, oh. But yeah, he's a good character himself.
Didn't expect that at all from the big number 8.
Yeah, he's definitely come along big strides recently.
Well, he's had a lot of confidence, hasn't he? He's been working very hard with head coach Rob Burrow, Johnny Wainhouse, assistant coach as well.
Yeah.
Peter Clarkson as well.
Yeah, they really got onto him a lot about his work effort in defence, and you can definitely tell how much he's changed.
Just a quick blast of the air horns there, and Spence slices those posts. Make that a 4th conversion of the evening, sorry. Taking Leeds out to 32 points to 4.
And for the Rhinos, number 6, Harvey Spence takes the score to Leeds Rhinos 32, Widnes Vikings 4.
And you'd say at the minute here, if they're Leeds just looking to close the game out, whilst Widnes I think will try not to get a 50, but that's a great kick.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
goes the required 10, and it's a well claimed as well by Oliver Brooks.
Yeah, really good kick there. Just kicked it really high, really short. Player got under him, yeah. Great catch.
Paul Cragg, flat in front of the posts. Here for Widnes. They go to this near side with Else onto Edge. Moving the ball again to the edge with Brinksman near to this touchline. Edge again looking to exploit the gap in behind, but nothing doing.
Held up there.
Good defence from the young Rhinos here on their try line. Poor pass out of dummy half to Edge, who gives it on to Joshua Wild, who grounds the ball.
Yeah.
And a bit stunned there, to say the least.
Yeah, he wasn't really expected. He just kept on it down that short side, but it worked for him eventually. Yeah, he got that one-on-one with Jack Mallinson, and the bigger guy got over for a try.
As you'd expect.
Yeah.
Although, not expecting Mallinson to put a big hit on him from there, but you could say that maybe sometimes about Ewan Stevens. He does put the big shots on the big guys, like we saw against the Giants last week.
Yeah.
Not afraid to shy away. So at the Edge for a second conversion attempt. He hasn't kicked one yet in this match.
Oh,
that's massively missed. As you'd expect when he was looping it with the left foot. It's a difficult one to slot round and through the posts.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm not very surprised that he missed that one.
Yeah, I think the Rhinos will definitely want to bounce back from that. After that kick really put them in a lot of trouble, to be honest. They got right to the 10 metre line, so.
Spence slices the ball down to the south stand side. It's Brinksman that picks it up, drives it back into the line. Mallinson and TJ Barton in there. Mallinson just a bit at fault for that last Widnes try. Can't really blame him when he's against an experienced player in Josh Wild.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So they can't really blame him. There should have been more people around him, but yeah.
So defence will be a key area here. I think Rob Burrow would agree that they'll be looking at here the Rhinos. With this time left us. It's a little touch off Tom Barton, and although Liam Tyndall does reclaim, this will be going the way of Widnes again.
I should have thought that should have been play on, to be honest. I think TJ did bad it down, but it went backwards, didn't it, to Liam Tyndall?
It's the referee's call, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because we nearly thought we might have a bit of sunshine, but Instead it's clouded back over again.
Yeah, it's just typical English weather, innit?
Obviously, it's a tough question to ask you, Jordan, but how big was it for these guys like Jack Mallington and Ollie Burton, who haven't played at Emerald Headingley this season? What were their emotions like going into this game? Obviously, coming and playing at Emerald Headingley for the first time.
Oh well, definitely. Yeah, they're really up for game. So I think even being picked, they were really excited. But to play at Headingley as well, it's a big experience. Obviously, one that you'll remember for the rest of your life. So yeah, they were really up for it, really keen to get into the game and just play well.
You have to say, they have so far as Brinksman takes that flat pass, and Stevens has got a lot of work to do, and that's a pretty easy try at the end of the day for Liam Brinksman.
They're a really good player.
Leeds just beginning to leak points here.
Yeah, I think they're just getting a bit too complacent, taking foot off at pedal, but...
A question, it was a flat pass. Some would say questionable, but a flat pass.
Yeah, it was a good pass. You just cut out one guy and put straight through on it. Yeah, I think Leeds should be doing better, to be honest. I think they're just getting a bit too complacent here.
32-4 up. Just over 20 minutes left. Now it's down at 32 points to 12. 12 minutes remaining on the clock, on the scoreboard.
Yeah, I think there's definitely some time for Widnes to come back if they play well, play it right. I think if Leeds get back on it, then I don't think they will.
So the kicking duties change once again.
Yeah, you would have thought so after that last kick.
Well, you just want a right footer, which this man is, and he splits the post as well. He doesn't even get it anywhere near. It's short and wide.
I think I need to get a new kicker, to be honest. A newer one.
Score stays at 32-12. 10 minutes left in this game. I'll be asking for your man of the match as well, Jordan. So get thinking. There'll be a couple of players in there. As Wild. Going to charge the ball out. Good contact. Morehouse, Johnson and McConnell in there for Leeds. Come short side again. Just like in the first half, Widnes using this short side play with Josh Wild, and I think that's a linesman decision, that one.
Yeah, it was.
He's called that one.
Yeah, good call there.
Good call.
Good hit there by, I think it was TJ. Yeah, made him knock it on.
So good, as we've said already, TJ Barton defensively.
He is, yeah. See how young he is as well. He takes on anyone who runs at him and puts on a good hit whenever.
So Leeds here, 20 metres from the try line with Ben Markland. The first, Ollie Burton going short side. Jared O'Connor drops it inside to Ewan Stevens, and he nearly had four.
I thought we were going to go over then.
And it's just a little error
They need to turn
put there by the Rhinos. Possession turns over once again, and with just over 10 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, I don't think Jared were expecting that ball, to be honest. I think, a bit more miscommunication between the two.
As Widnes now move the ball. This is Joe Edge, the fullback, in possession. Sorry, no, it's not. It's Lewis House. Sam Morehouse coming up with the big shot when required.
Yeah,
really good effort there.
Really big tackle there. He'll really raise everyone else's defence.
As Callum O'Neill takes that ball into the line. Else looks for Edge. They're coming down this near side once again. And Tom Barton. Good effort from the centre. Good tackle in the end.
Every time, it's just a great tackle.
It's a really rash kick. Hugh Stevens with a little hop just to pick that one up and gives it off to Liam Whitten.
Liam Whitten really wanted that ball early. Anyway, poor passing end, but it's a good place to start from it nonetheless.
Nonetheless, Liam Tyndall's come all the way from this near side to make that carry. A really good one from the winger.
Really good run.
Makes it just shy of halfway.
I think
Spence.
Ewan's pulling up a bit with a bit of cramp, maybe around there at back.
I hope he can stay out. He wants to grab a couple more tries. O'Connor, Dupree, out the back to Johnson. Johnson just waits, hangs around, bounces off two. Off he goes, Corey Johnson. Looking for Louis McConnell, who then puts the afterburners on like he does. Brilliant for Louis McConnell. And the Headingley crowd offers their reception.
Yeah, great try again.
It's a sixth scorer today, taking it to 36 points to 12 with 8 minutes and a kick to come.
Yeah, really unexpected that, to be honest.
That's his fifth try of the season, Louis. Really happy with his season so far in his final year with the academy.
Yeah, he plays well every game. Yeah, that's why he never really misses them.
I said it was only the Newcastle game when he was doing commentary.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah,
that he was absent for.
Yeah. I think he's a key part of the team, to be honest. He really plays well.
So Spence just waiting for the conversion. Turns around, slots it straight through. Nice enough. Easy kick. That's beautiful from Harvey Spence, taking it to 38 points to 12. And it looked safe before, but you'd be happy now that it's Leeds will walk away with the 2 points with the score as it is.
Yeah, it's a really good score. Really good thing displayed by Leeds today, I think.
So the kick short again. It's Ben Davis this time putting Corey Johnson under pressure. It's a good tackle from Kieran O'Donnell. Moving right up on Corey Johnson there. Good take.
Oh, good feat there by Liam Hamill. Getting around that first man.
He's done that for the time he's been on, actually, Liam Hamill. He's done a really good job.
He has, yeah.
In the middle of the park. Loose forward, I think he is playing.
Yeah, I think he is. Yeah, he just looks comfortable there, doesn't he? You wouldn't think he hadn't been playing there.
As Leeds now. With Ollie Burton. Gives it to Tyler Dupree.
Oh,
makes one of those barnstorming runs like he does. There's Tyler. So he's been getting a bit of loan experience at York City Knights. They're one of the best championship clubs to go to. When you look at James Ford and the way he's set up that club.
Yeah, definitely. I think York's a great team to play for. Yeah, I think Tyler really took his chance of it. And come back and brought the experience back with him as well.
So there's still a number out on loan. Jack Broadbent, Sam Walters, the former Widnes player there, both at Batley. Owen Trout at Dewsbury. Louise Mustafa up at Newcastle.
Yeah, I know, there's loads out on loan, isn't there?
And then five of the first team out at Featherstone as well.
Yeah.
There's Widnes now with 5 minutes or so on the clock.
Yeah, they'll be looking to make the score a bit.
Just get one more.
Yeah, make the score look a bit better for them, but I think Leeds will be a bit shaped up now.
Else just has to take that ball into the line and gives it to Wild. Drives that one in. That's with
good tackle.
Jordan Brown. It's a really good tackle. I agree.
It's TJ again. Didn't say that. Yeah.
You can count on him making the tackles. He makes them all the time. Wild now again. Second take in this play. Else onto O'Donnell. Runs straight at Sam Morehouse, which is maybe the player I wouldn't want to level up with.
Not the best decision.
Out on the park.
Him
and Tyler Dupree.
You want to run around him, not through straight at him.
Liam Tyndall with a brilliant job there to take that kick from Elson straight on top of the line, and that's the jus and the water on the turf there.
Yeah, you could
slip up a little bit.
You could see one of them coming eventually with this rain coming down.
Barton now. The atmosphere really building here.
Yeah, South Stand.
Can Leeds finish with a try in front of the South Stand? Which is rammed now.
It is, yeah, definitely.
Look at the terrace below us. This time pass picked up by Dupree. Looks to be over in this second row. Roll, we know how much of a utility he can be. Johnson just shrugs away from one. Gets away from another. That's the strength of Corey Johnson. Another who's been on dual registration with Featherstone Rovers this season. Spence running it on the last, a little chip and chase, looking for Steelers. Impeded, would you say?
And again.
Spence again, kicking out wide. There's plenty of chases. Ollie Burton's got his name on this one. And in the end, forces the goal line dropout from Oliver Brooks.
I think
the referee's going to bring it back for a penalty in favour of the Rhinos, just pushing Ewan Stevens off the ball, which is the right call.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I don't like that kind of play, to be honest. I think you should just let it instead of cheating, like kind of cheating really. But yeah,
I thought Ewan Stevens maybe he'll add a fourth try to his name.
Oh yeah, I think he's got 3 minutes to do it, so I think he has plenty of time.
I think Rob Burrow will just be hoping that the Rhinos here just end this game as they started it in the first half. We're really controlled, really dominant, and that, although there was that little purple patch where Widnes have scored their tries, you'd have to say be happy overall with the performance so far.
Yeah, definitely. I think a few little mistakes here and there. He won't be happy about them, but overall performance has been great, I think. So definitely one to look back on with a good attitude.
2 minutes, 20 seconds on the clock. Leeds just throwing the ball around. You might as well at this rate.
Yeah,
Ryan Rowley. The rain has started to come down now as well.
Yeah, it's really coming down.
Well, it'll make much of a difference at this rate. O'Connor onto Stevens, and there's the little bobble off the chest.
It
was open, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You could see the gap. It was open for another. Or even for Liam Whitson.
I know, yeah.
If he didn't fancy being greedy.
I think he probably would have got it, to be honest. He would have scored.
Both sides just looking at the clock now, looking at 1 minute 45, and there's nothing in it.
No time left now.
Edge beats the tackle of O'Connor.
Good little step there.
But instead wrapped up by Morehouse and Rowley as well. O'Connor gets straight on the line. He's going to put the shots on, isn't he? Against his former team.
Last two plays he's done that. I think he'll be looking for that a lot.
Here will come another.
Good.
He wasn't helped out there by Sam Morehouse.
Sam just dragging him down.
So as I say, do tune in next week, although it won't be live again, for the St Helens match. It'll be, I'd say it could be the game of the season.
Yeah, I think
the Wigan game here it's closely contested. The Wigan game here was very strong, but to decide who gets that home playoff place, St Helens next week.
Definitely a bit contested a lot, I think. Great game it'll be. Good play there by Jared.
40 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, I think they'll just want to play it out now.
Markland over on that far side. The referee just pauses play there. And that looks to be it. I think the clock's overrun there. So full time here at Emerald Headingley Stadium. Leeds Rhinos beating Widnes Vikings 38 points to 12. A hat-trick from Ewan Stevens, the standout in this half, with Ben Markland, Sam Morehouse, Brad Martin, Lou McConnell also getting on the scoreboard for the Rhinos, who temporarily go second place with the win today. Thank you to Jordan, and I've been Dan Hawker. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next week for the game against St Helens.